Hi, this is Kat of Kattalestv. I wanted to share a quick video about how to prepare yourself if you are involved in being a victim of a crime. Now, you never expect it, and when it happens to you, there's so many things that are going on that you feel overwhelmed, you might feel depressed, you might feel like you're alone. And what I suggest you do is make a plan as soon as possible to get clarity, to get help, to get organized. And this is what I mean. One of the things that happens is, you're going to be in shock and you're going to feel like you have no control, no power, and it's a very overwhelming situation. So what I suggest you do first is try to get your power back. And one of the ways you can do that is by getting a notebook, a day planner, writing things down, gathering evidence. And it will help focus your brain and maybe help take away some of the pain from the incident by writing things down, by getting organized, by, I want to say, creating your own ritual to heal yourself. And one of the best things you can do is go to an office supply place or, a store that sells our accordion files. I don't have one with me right now because I'm on vacation. But if you don't know what that is, it's like a file holder that has multiple slots in it that you can put paper in, receipts, etc. And it keeps everything organized. So you need to have something to put all your evidence in, your medical bills, your contacts if they're lawyers, or doctors, or whatever you're having to, whomever and whatever you're having to do. You want to have a place set aside for all your information, because it's going to be really helpful to be organized. And as soon as you can be organized, the better. I don't even want to talk about the way I did it in reference to my situation, because my stuff was all over the place. But when it happening was towards the end of one part of the case, I had everything in a accordion file. And especially if you're having to go to court or you're having to show business losses and things like that, you want to have all your receipts. You want to make copies of everything, duplicates, triplicates, because some people lose things. It may not be you, it might be the other lawyer, it might be the assistant district attorney, it might be the police or whatever. Things get lost, people are human. So you want to make multiple copies. If you have a copier at home and a scanner at home, you want to scan those documents, put it on an external hard drive, make sure you have multiple copies, make sure you have copies that you can give to people that you trust. So, to reiterate, get a accordion file, or if you can't afford that, a box and some paper clips, because you can get that at like the 99-cent store. But you want to get organized as quickly as possible, because a lot of times if there's attorneys involved, they're going to want to see all your medical reports and all your expenses relating to the crime. And you want to have all your evidence. One of the issues coming out now with the news and multiple stories of assault as well as sexual assault and other crimes in the media right now is that people are saying, well, why didn't these people come forward? And they're pretty much blaming the victims. And, that's a reoccurring theme. But if victims remain silent, then the criminals and the repeat offenders win. A lot of times what the perpetrators will do, they'll go on the offensive. They'll use the media if they have more power than you. They'll start saying that the person accusing them is lying. And because they're more powerful and they have more media reach than you, they're going to get the most attention. So what you need to do is to make sure you have evidence. It's so important. Everybody can't come forward for whatever reason. And I know from experience, it doesn't always work to come forward. It can take up a lot of time. You can lose money. You can lose your job. And if people have, kids that they're taking care of and other obligations, they might not be able to come forward. I mean, these are real issues. And a lot of times there's payback by coming forward. So again, you have to make that choice on your own. And that's the only choice that you can make. No one can force that on you. But you just want to get your evidence and you want to keep it. It's just so important, whether it be rape or assault or some other crime, get evidence. And we have to do more. We have to talk about the effects of crime. We have to call out perpetrators. And we have to have a better criminal justice system that takes crimes seriously and not let repeat offenders keep getting away with it. Because what's happening now is people are shocked because they're finding out that people have been getting away for decades with, sexual assault or assault, and they're like wondering how could that happen and why was there so many people in place to keep these crimes silent? But they're starting to figure it out that it's a big organized, I almost want to say crime syndicate that keeps these stories, under the radar, because some of these people make so much money for so many people that and organizations that it behooves the organizations to muffle the victims. So, agents and managers and lawyers and companies, they are in a conspiracy to silence victims and pay them off. You also have to make a decision. A lot of people will try to get you to settle. You have to make a decision if you want to settle or not, because sometimes when you settle, you sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, which means you can no longer speak about the settlement. And by doing so, you might have gotten money temporarily for you, but other victims might suffer because they don't know that the perpetrator has been doing that type of behavior for a long time. So again, a lot of this is on you and your choices, but you want to get organized. You want to start taking care of yourself, and you want to start looking for help. And it's not necessarily going to be easy. Might be people that say they're trying to help you, and you find out later they're not. They are actually working for the other side, or they're trying to make a quick buck off your suffering. So one of the things you can do when it comes to looking for an attorney, if you decide to get one, is to check them out at your state bar association. They have websites, I believe, for every state, and make sure that lawyer is licensed to work in your city or state, and check their record, because you'd be surprised how many people say they're lawyers and able to represent you, and they're not. I won't go into anything further than that, but learn from my mistakes. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and take care of yourself. Write in a journal, you know, meditate, if you can, exercise, stretch, do yoga, you know, you have to be very gentle with yourself because you're under a lot of pressure and you're very vulnerable. But you have to remember you're also very strong. So I hope this video helps. I really believe we have to change our criminal justice system as well as how we treat victims of violent crime, and we have to do better. So again, this is Kat at Kattalestv. Take care of yourself and happy holidays. Bye.